Oh,
Here. I see it.
I can't see it.
Oh, we're using the wrong one.
Oh, well, then that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
I don't even know why we have this one. What's this one? A wrong one.
Our tech team, we are always looking for a tech team, but you're going to have to live here. So that is part of the issue because not many people are willing to just pack up and move here. But you never know, do you, Grymm?
Hey, stranger things have happened.
So are you telling me that my phone's going to die while
we have that much.
I can't see what that is. I don't have.
About a quarter, about 25%.
I have these fancy new glasses, which I refused to use the mid-range. Well, it was horrible. I broke my toes. I think I told some of you about that. I broke my toes trying to walk with these crazy. And of course, I don't want to pay all the extra money that it takes to smooth out the little bifocal line because it's incredibly expensive. But I do say this, when I'm giving readings to people, they can't tell where I'm looking anymore. I'm like, what?
You asked that. You asked that of me. I think it was earlier today or last night about people. Do you look people in the eye when you're doing readings, or are you looking past them?
Yeah.
You have always had a propensity to looking just over their left shoulder.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense because I've been getting that a lot. People can't tell where I'm looking, and so I thought it was just.
Pardon me.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing. I'm not sure how I'm doing yet. Nobody's told me.
Oh, I think you're doing good. We need to find your little witch hat, though. That's what you usually wear this time. Well, you usually wear it all year, and I think that's probably why you lost it.
Yes.
But I haven't seen that guy in a minute.
I saw it a couple of weeks ago and said, "Oh, here's my hat." And then I put it someplace that I wouldn't forget.
Right. And then you forgot. I understand.
Is that professor thing you were talking about?
Yeah, that's that absent-minded professor part of you that I just adore. I really, truly do.
It's the prettiest color red right there.
Thank you. That's one of my little dreads that is just hanging out today. I put my hair up last night, and this hat is actually big enough to fit over that pile of
the mass
hair. So, wonderful hat. I love all my hats that I have. Every one of them has been made by someone special in my life. This particular one is by Miss Angela Turley, sister forthright in her own goodwill in Nevada currently. And I always add, we kind of have this little teamwork thing. She doesn't know about it yet. Well, she kind of knows part about it because she'll send me the hat, and then we embellish them a little bit and do a few little extra zhuzh. And add our own magic to it and send it off to whoever's purchased it. We weren't doing that originally so much, but we've started doing that recently, and so got to get her to make some more hats. Though she's a busy lady. It's hard to do it. So anyhow, how's it going, everyone? It is 420-ish tarot. I'm glad that you're here with me. If you are, Grimmer is here with me, as you can see. And
I'm just doing that share thing.
Yeah, please do your thing. And hello out there, hello there, hello, wherever you are. Please share this to folks that you know. Tune in to our vibe, if you will. I've been really lost in creating the E-Zine, which we're really excited on the Purple Door. We're about to send off into the ether on the 1st of October, our first in a long time coming Samhain edition of the Purple Door E-Zine. We have been working behind the scenes on bringing this back. We are prouder than ever of it, of all of the effort, the mission, the passion that went into creating it, and we can't wait to share it with you. And I don't, of course, ever have the right link whenever I need it to like put it in the comments, but I'll make sure that somebody goes back and puts it down there. If you want to purchase the E-Zine, you're more than welcome. We'd love it. It's written by witches for witches. So it's all about, right now, this particular issue coming out is all about the alchemy of the Crossroads. And of course, this particular time of year that, feeds right into our whole witchy stream of consciousness, does it not? The veil gets thinner and we lean more heavily toward our darker aspects, if you will, and we get more in touch with the rootier math, right?
Isn't that a good way to put it? I do like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So welcome, one and all. I know that there are a few of you out there. Please do like and share.
We've got no comments on the Facebook side, and we've got 0 viewers on the YouTube side.
Well, that's just too bad. It will catch up.
It will catch up.
It will. I'm holding faith.
There's 4 people joining us right now.
Awesome. And there are some things that you and I need to do to bring our own magic back, if you will. Not that we've ever lost our magic, but I'm just saying there are a few things you and I can do in the future. Like we can light a candle. We can have a candle here that we light. That's something that we used to do to like help our own focus. We play our oldies music in the background. Yes. That's something that we can do to help. So even though like right now it can feel like a real struggle, sort of like slogging through mud. We talk about Jello to kind of, it just feels like tasks are taking a little extra effort, at least for us right now. Oh my
goodness. I just had the most beautiful visual. Fossilized footprints.
What are you talking about?
We're slogging through, you said. And it dawned on me. Those are the footprints that leave the deepest, hardest impressions, the ones that last, the ones that are stomped into the mud that you had to dig your way through to get out of. That's what fossilizes. Oh. Those easy steps across the paths and over the sand and through the fields, right. As beautiful as they are. A path without a struggle isn't a lesson.
Huh.
That lasts generations.
So then this card pops out.
Okay.
I have my deck of cards. Usually when I start chatting with you all, I have my deck in a bag. I keep all of them, pretty much all of them in a bag.
Or a box.
But this one, I lost the bag over the weekend. I don't know what happened to it. I looked everywhere except under the table because I was just too dang tired, and there wasn't enough light in that.
Is that my second favorite deck?
Yeah, this is the Dark Mansion Tarot. But anyways, as some of you may know, or if you've taken classes from me or spent any reasonable amount of time with me, I always shuffle my deck 7 times in between readings. And so that being said, I hadn't even really touched it yet, but it is sitting here without a bag because I have misplaced the bag temporarily. But the card that popped out as Grymm was talking is the Queen of Wands.
What was I talking about?
You were
the footprints,
talking about the footprints. And I was thinking about how, doesn't that kind of represent how sometimes the hardest things we do, the ones that are the most difficult to maneuver in and out of, are the ones that, those are the footprints that last. Those are the ones that make the lasting impression, both in the sand and mud, but also in our psyche, in our development. It becomes, I think, part of, I don't know, footprints. That's a deep one. And then this card popped out. But I want you to look at it, okay? Will you look
want me to?
I do. I want you to look at this card.
Before I do it, let me just get...
Oh, absolutely. I didn't mean to just... Actually, let's do that with everybody. It's a Monday. We're Here we are pulling cards like it's a job.
Boom, boom.
That's how I am on the weekends, baby. Card in, card out, card in, card out. I'm just go, go, go. But let's take a minute. And Grymm is absolutely right. Let's just.
Today, Callie, on her second trip outside, she was really insistent about going outdoors. And I thought for sure it must be a potty emergency.
Mm-hmm.
She ran up the stairs and barely stood still long enough for me to put the leash on her, and then out the front porch and down the stairs she went. And when we hit the driveway, the first thing she did was laid down right in the sun.
She wants to go out, doesn't she?
I got her to stand up long enough to walk into the grassy field next door to go potty, but instead of going potty, she just laid right back down in the sun and then looked up at me as if to say, you don't need to listen to that press conference.
Oh, that's sweet, babe.
So I laid down in the sun with her in the grass, using her shoulders as a pillow, she using my shoulder as a pillow, and we just laid there for a few moments. And she was right. I didn't need to listen to that press conference.
Yeah.
That's what we've been doing so much lately, is listening to the world in little segments of sound bites.
Yeah.
Holding our breath between news conferences, and then when the news conference comes, a collective exhale of grr comes out.
Like, what's next?
What's next?
I do feel that. I also feel like it's sort of it's just really good to take our breath and take a pause. Some of us, I still do pause for peace when I'm remembering to. But that is really something that I miss doing, and I miss joining all of you on that journey. So, I don't know if you're interested in Pause for Peace again with us, but if you are, it's a free thing. It doesn't cost anything. It just takes your time and effort. But reach out if you don't mind to either me, myself, or Grymm.
Hashtag Pause for Peace if you want us to bring that tradition back.
Hashtag Pause for Peace if you want us to bring that back. Or you can always reach out to our dear Saged Up, because she has our ear. So she knows how to get in touch with us, and Shelby too. Either one of those. But Grymm, would you mind locating something we can light this with? While I yammer at them for a minute. I just feel like I feel like we should. He hits his head on that thing all the dang time. We need to raise it up, but. It's this beautiful old red light. Here, let me see if I can show it to you while Grymm is finding a lighter. Oh, you can't really see it, but you can kind of see it. You see? It hangs just above my duckering table here. But poor old Grymm, he has hit his head on it a number of times. Because you tall, baby. All right, let's focus our attention. Take some good deep breaths. Going to ask Grymm to light the candle when he feels the time is right. Bring your focus and intentional awareness to this liminal space. As we claim and calm the energy we have so carefully cultivated through the years as friends, as new friends and old friends that gather here. It's a haven. It's a place to rejuvenate. And so we light this candle in the honor of all of those friends and family who basically abide by the rule of love, integrity and love. And we don't always all make the right decisions, do we? But we do try. And I think leaning on each other when we feel like we are maybe not in the flow, or we feel disconnected, or maybe we're not sure which direction we should take. it's nice to have folks in our lives that we can rely on their moral compass and know that when we ask a question, what in the world is this you just found? No way.
It laying on the floor just at tiptoe reach.
Okay, y'all, I've got some interesting magic to share with you.
I'm interested.
Oh, so 2 weeks ago, I was reading cards out at Darkside Acres. And lean in so they can see your handsomeness with me. They can see us. Peace, y'all. But 2 weeks ago, I was doing readings at Darkside. And one of the cards I was shuffling, I was using my old deck. I say that with love. But the deck that I have done so many 420s and so many readings through the years, my Apocalyptica deck. I'm shuffling it, and one pops out and lands on the table, and another pops out, flips in the air, and disappears under the desk. Now, I'm in skirts. I'm in a little gypsy wagon. I don't have a lot of room. I am not about to put my booski in the face of the guest sitting there to try to find this card. So I say, I shall collect it later.
Okay.
So last weekend, another card did that. And so I asked the young man who was sitting there, I said, do you mind reaching under the table and finding that card? Because that one's for you. And I said, by the way, if you see another card under there, that one's for me. And he goes, yep, there's another card under here. And he brings it out, and it was the Prince of Cups. It was a picture of Cupid.
Okay.
And I said to him, are you sure this was the card for me? Are you sure you didn't get this mixed up? And he said, no, this was the one under your chair, and this is the one I think that. And we looked, and yeah, it was two different decks. So he, I did his reading and he left. But I'm looking at this card going, why? So just now you were reading, or I was talking and you were feeling with your feet.
I was actually looking at this card and I caught a glint underneath the table.
You were looking at that card, and this caught your attention. And I just want to show you, it is a little charm of Cupid. Now, I just want to point out that never in our lifetimes would Grymm and I purposely choose a Cupid. You want to hold that up there? A Cupid charm. That's not an energy that we typically work with, but it sure is making me curious. Do you all have any suggestions about what that might mean? Why Cupid has twice now showed up under my table?
I don't recognize this as being one of our charms.
I know. We don't.
For several reasons.
It's gold.
It's gold.
We don't tend to buy gold charms, and it's Cupid.
It's Cupid. It's not something that we would typically.
And why is it just laying under the table? That's so curious to me.
Reminiscent of a tarot card that you've had fall on the floor underneath your table that was represented with a Cupid on it. Interesting.
Better step up your game, Mr. Grymm.
Oh,
Cupid shooting his arrow in my direction, baby. I'm just teasing you.
When he hit me with his arrows, it was the entire quiver.
Oh, I feel like I should make a quiver joke.
I can, but not now.
I was talking about my heart is a quiver or a flutter. Nothing like that, sir. Read your card, mister, please.
We got absolutely zero comments going on.
I know,
right
there's nobody. Come on, y'all. I know you're out there.
We got one person
but some people were saying that they weren't allowed to comment.
Really?
That might be the problem. Yeah. Last night, several people texted me after and said that they would write comments and they wouldn't show up. So maybe that is it. But if you're sitting there and just, enjoying our banter back and forth, but you haven't commented yet, give it a go, please. And let's see what happens. And of course, now it's saying that we have a slow connection, even though we just had high-speed internet installed here at the old church.
Well, high-speed internet is relative to the zip code that you live in.
Right. I guess we are the slow end of high-speed internet. But anywho, do you want to read your card, babe? Are you ready? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I think you got that one. I thought we could pull some cards for people that are here, since there's not a huge amount.
When you were shuffling the deck, this is one that popped out, and we were talking about trudging through the muck. And that means so much on so many different levels, but trudging through the muck is what you had said as the card fell out, and what popped out was the Queen of Wands. Let me put it right here. Did it pop out face up? Right side up, whatever you call it. Let's come over here.
I got some inside info on that card too. So let me know. Yeah, let me, when you're done, I'll put my 2 cents worth in.
Trudging through the muck. That doesn't sound like a very queenly job, does it? A role that a queen would play, but that's what this card is the Queen of Wands. So many times when we read our history books, watch some of our older historical movies, the queen is usually portrayed as somebody in the background that's learning how to sew and quilt and work with the ladies of the court and whatnot. The queen isn't often given the credit she deserves.
The queen would like to be on live stream right now.
Yes, she would.
I digress. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist that.
That was good. The
Kairos time, right?
The queen is just as powerful as the king. Just in a healthy way, that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, the king can be the power, the one that charges into battle, swords high, ready to fend off the enemies, but it takes the power of the queen to temper that rage. As we jump into our shadows and we decide it's time to confront our internal enemies head on, do so as the king on top of the horse with the sword raised high, swinging valiantly at your enemies, but do it with a queen's temperance. Know what you're swinging at. Know who your enemy is. And when you identify that enemy, know to only influence enough force upon that enemy to deflect and diffuse the situation. Anything above and beyond that is not a Queen of Wands. I'm done.
Well done.
Thank you.
This Queen of Wands card,
Is that the
she's
one?
curious. She kept popping up over the weekend for me. And to the point that I was a little bit nervous. You have to take her. That's fine.
Emergency.
Go potty. You two, go do your thing. I'll finish up what I'm doing here. And then I'll pull some cards for some folks. But this card kept popping up, and I'll show it to you again. The reason it kept popping up, I don't know, the universe has an ultimate lesson for us. But the way I interpret this one, at least for us today, the universe is calling us, it's charging us right now to look in the mirror, to take a close look at ourselves, to see, who we really truly are, to see ourselves without the masks, to see ourselves in a loving way, as much love as we can possibly give ourselves. We are being asked to see things as they truly are. We are being asked to accept ourselves. The universe is saying, take a look in the mirror and see how the actions of other people either repulse you or draw you in. What is it about these things that have purchase on our spirits, our souls, if you will? And how do we disengage if we're not interested. You know, this whole algorithm thing really is sort of a good example of it, because it really is a hard, like, real life example of, if you spend a lot of time looking into certain ads and certain groups and certain things, the algorithm will feed you certain ads, certain workshops, certain people that are into and around and have to do with the same algorithm as you. They kind of loop us together. And isn't that kind of, I was told just now to stop what I was going to say, because even I, little old 59-year-old something, no one, sitting in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, have to be cautious about what comes out of my mouth, because things can be so misconstrued and misunderstood right now. But I do think the universe is charging us with looking deeply into ourselves and understanding that our darkness is as much a part of us as our light. And both parts are required. Just like when you are putting on a play, it's not just the kids on stage that matter. It's all of the participants that are part of the process of producing a show. It's similar to that. This card is about claiming your space as a leader. And I got to tell you, it's been hitting me very, very, very much recently. I know that I'm doing a lot of work on the astral plane. I know that I am working with some of you out there on the astral plane. Um, I know that's part of why sometimes we wake up in the morning still feeling tired, or we might feel like we've been on a long journey, because the probability is that we have been. And yeah. Been doing a lot of journeying, that is for sure. And I know one of my past lives that I connected with years ago. She has just been quietly and patiently waiting in the background. For the first few years, I couldn't even remember her name. The way I even discovered her in the first place, sort of a weird story, which I'll be glad to share one day. But I know that I am, and I've said this to many of you, and I do say it with pride. I say it with pride, but I don't say it with hubris. And there's a difference there. I don't feel like it is all me. It is spirit that works through me, and I'm guided. And I also have a close uh, my own inner circle, and I also have the guild leaders who I lean on. Grymm leans on for more delicate situations out there. But we do have a support system. I hope you do too. But I am proud of this group, and I'm proud of being a leader of this group. I am very proud of it. And I want you to be proud of your role as a leader, as a teacher, as a guide, as a mentor, because I know you wouldn't be here listening and interacting if you weren't on that path. And, hats off to you for that, because it is definitely not an easy one, but it is one of the most worthwhile things I've ever done. So that being said, what you doing, Grimmer? Are we there?
No, we are. There's a whole stream of Facebook comments that we're not seeing in our live.
Oh my God, there's nothing going on over here.
But
I can't even really see who's here with us.
Lots of people hashtagged cause for peace.
Oh.
I'll go up to the top here and just Holly's here. Animals know best. Shelly says, pause for peace, hashtag. LJ says, hashtag pause for peace. Damon says, it's why I had to unplug from social media. I need to focus on the good that's in my reality rather than the 1,000 things wrong in the world. Yep. Angela Turley, pause for peace. Jane Husky, pause for peace. Norma, pause for peace. Emily Fawn, I have a Cupid just like that.
Maybe that's
Funny.
where it came from. I mean, who knows? Because I don't think we bought that.
Damon says maybe a relationship milestone coming up, question mark.
We do have an anniversary coming up real soon, babe.
Yeah, we do.
We do. We got married on November 11th at 11/11.
Norma says there has been an obvious deepening to the two of you. Are you deeper?
I'm deeper. Well, I think we're deeper because this last round of illness took us to a new level of, oh man.
New level of get your shit together.
Yeah. So I think we're refocused on things a little differently. And some of you know exactly what we're talking about because you've been in similar situations. So I'm not saying it's new, but that is maybe what you're seeing. Plus, I'll be honest, I am integrating my past life.
Mm-hmm. I feel more open to the possibilities that I can't control what I think my past lives were.
Oh, right. Well, I've been the ones that I have known about for some time. I have kept them like some poor little lost, well, honestly, what comes to mind? I'll be honest with you. Oh, it's not a very pretty picture, but you remember when we were going through Waverly Hills Sanitarium?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the room where they took all the people and locked them in the dark and didn't let them out when people would come to investigate or visit?
Mm-hmm.
That is how I've been keeping some of these past lives. I have kept them locked up at bay. And a few of you have reached out to me. Hi, Cat. A few of you have reached out to me through the years, and you've actually seen one of these past lives of mine. And you've called me on it. You've seen her as well. And yet I still haven't fully, I don't know. I think I have been afraid that if I allow that to fully integrate, maybe I'm worried. What is going on here?
Kitten's not kitten. Boog is trying to get into the storage room.
Maybe I feel like I can't control it. It's not a conscious decision that I'm making or anything like that. It's just weird. Okay, so I'm gonna pull just a few cards. Grymm, what hashtag should we give them? And we'll wait. My phone is gonna kick the bucket here shortly, but
hashtag witch standing.
Should they spell witch with a Y?
That would be the preference.
Yep. So hashtag WYTCH. Why don't you do it first? Let me see it. Witch standing?
Yep.
I like it. I'll pull a few cards for
LJ.
a few people. And hello, all of you. And by the way, if you were at last night's Witch Wave, it was a Purple Door Witch Wave night, 10 p.m. on the 28th of every month. You're always welcome to join us. It's just kind of sometimes hard to find us. But if you get in the know with the right folks, you won't miss out. But anyways, if you didn't watch it yesterday, if you were not a part of it, I recommend going back and watching. It was such a wonderful group of people, just a really strong group of
magic wielders,
just down to earth, which is it was just a wonderful gathering. And for those of you that were there last night, please say something down in the comments somewhere. I know I can't read them right now, but we'll try to go back and read what you've written because I want to know who was because I don't remember because it wasn't showing us everybody last night either. Okay, who we got?
have to do this.
Okay, ready.
Emily Fawn.
Emily. Oh, Four of Cups. It looks like you are worried about missing out on something while simultaneously like not observing um
The possibilities.
the other, like there's a possibility kind of right in front of you, but you're not necessarily taking it. I'm not scolding you about that, but it looks like you're just sort of looking in the wrong direction. Your focus is over here. And if you would just shift it ever so slightly, a little more to the center, this other opportunity would sort of open to you. All right, next.
Victoria Williams.
Oh, Victoria, hello. And we're sending you lots of love and energy, my love. Dear sister. Okay, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So this one, I love this card because typically when I see it, it has to do with folks overthinking things a little bit, doing a little bit like you know too much deep late at night, ruminating on thoughts. But it's in the reverse position. This tells me that you're actually not like ruminating too bad. You're actually strategizing clearly, like what your next step is. And that's great. The universe is definitely agreeing with this. I do see that there is like a shift in the darkness, if you will. And I think you very well may know what that is referring to. But good things come in threes. I'm just gonna say that to you. Good things come in threes. Okay, next. Norma, the Three of Cups. Oh my goodness, this is about unlimited potential. Because the minute I gotta back up. Somebody that's actually sitting here today, I think she's here. I think she walked in at the old 420. But she said earlier that she figured out about grace. We talked about grace last night. Having grace, being graceful. And grateful. She wasn't aware of how to really wield grace until she started sharing it with other people. And that like meant a lot to me. Like, ding, ding, ding. Yes, that's exactly right. That hit the nail on the head. But this Three of Cups card, it's kind of similar to that. It's like the minute you end up your cup kind of getting empty, I hope that you're finding that there's a way to refill that next cup so that you never really run out of a supply, that it's kind of constantly filling and constantly at your own pace, not something too fast. You feel like you're getting waterboarded. That wouldn't be fun, but something slow and steady that you can refill as needed. That is what I love about your energy. And I feel like that is why people are called to reach out to you for some steady advice as well. I see that continuing to grow. All right. Oh, Tammy, trip. Hello, nice to see you here. This card is for you. The Tower card, but it's in the reverse this time around. So in the reverse, meaning, Tower is usually meaning that there's like an obstacle in front of you. When it's in the reverse position, that typically means, at least to me, that you're kind of in a rest period. You're in a reset stage. So this is a good time for you to breathe in all the collective goodness that you can of the season. And I know you love canning. I know you love baking and cooking and hiking with your family and being out of doors. Get out there and soak it all up. This winter doesn't have to be a drudgery. This winter can be just as the spring and fall. Okay, next. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. Holly. So what I'm seeing here is that you're tending to right now look over the issue that's kind of right in front of you. That sounds like a scolding, and I don't mean it to be, but it's like, hold on, I'm asking for clarification. But putting the cart before the horse, looking farther afield than you should at the moment. You're looking so far out in the distance that you're not seeing clearly up in front of you. Kind of like what we said for Gem a little bit earlier, that the answer is kind of there, or a solution or an opportunity is there, but you're looking so far afield. And I think, kind of scoping, I see this for both of you, you and Emily, like kind of scoping for danger, that you're sort of missing what you need to be seeing. So maybe relax a little bit. You're If you're not careful, you'll be jumping off a cliff when you could have just taken a very steady slope. So just be careful. All right, next.
LJ. You've got
LJ.
4 or 5 more after that.
Oh, LJ, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So it looks like you've been giving a lot of thought about this aging process thing. And the thing about it that you don't like, it just seems to be unfolding so quickly. It just so quickly, life is moving so quickly. And I understand that. I know you feel like before you know it, you're going to be, pushing up daisies as well. But this 10 of Pentacles is about thriving within the knowledge that we do come to an end. We do feed the flowers. And I know you already know that. And I know you are one of those people that, talked about it before. Death kind of pegs some of us early, doesn't it? It gives us, life gives us experience with death early on. It doesn't happen to everybody, only some of us. And those of us that do understand it deeply. There's a reason that you're here, and there's a reason that you're part of us, and there's a reason that you're called to teach as well. Don't shove that in a box as somehow unworthy or not as much as somebody else. Your value is limitless. Next.
We have an anniversary follower.
Oh.
Jamie Carpenter.
Oh. What does that mean, an anniversary?
Just what it says right here next to her name. Anniversary follower. So I would assume it means that this is the anniversary of when they found Gussy and Grymm.
I guess so. Well, hello. Glad to have you here. This one is for you. It's the Wheel of Fortune card in the reverse position. Let me just connect with this one. Hold on one second. Let me show you the picture too so you can see. Am I supposed to do this one?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not very clear. This is not my forte, this part. I'm telling you what. But here's the card. Okay. This is my forte, this part. Okay, Wheel of Fortune for you. And you said this person's name is Jamie.
Jamie Carpenter.
So I see that there is this little tiny part of you that kind of like what I was just talking about with LJ, feels like time is kind of moving on. Opportunities have left. I see a little girl at the fair who has just accidentally let go of her balloons. And I don't know if that actually happened to you, because it almost feels like there was something that actually happened to you that would be very akin to that story of something where you were very excited to be there as a youngster, and then something went completely awry. And it feels like that story is still part of your journey. It's still kind of turning around. You might not tell that story quite as much as you used to when you were a little bit younger, but it feels like it's still very much a part of your story, who you are. I think that this next year is going to be about letting go of some of those emotions that are still tied to that circular part of the story. It's a pattern that has been repeating, and it doesn't need to anymore. You're rising above it. Next.
Petrozatis.
Ooh, cat, the 8 of Wands. Oh, I love this card. This is all about pivotal focus. This is about knowing exactly where you're headed, and not going there alone either. Going there armed with the right knowledge and the right resources to get the job done. This is not coming in hot. This is coming in armed with grace. I had to say it. I had to say it. But also, tip the arrow with your magic. Always tip the arrow with your magic. And I know you already do this, but I like how we've been talking about temperance and like, we need to be the light and sometimes the dark. All of us, sometimes we play that role. And we're willing to hold that space as long as we're continuing to focus in our own direction and not get caught up in the stories of other people. That's what, for whatever reason, that's what I'm told here. All right. Next.
Echo.
Echo. Oh, hi, Echo. Just looking through your lovely pictures. Echo's photography contribution is going to be really interesting. I can't wait. To the purple Door E-Zine. Okay, the justice card. So it looks like you have been recently placed in a position of having to make some difficult decisions. Oy vey, isn't that one of the travails, I guess, of being a leader is having to sometimes make the difficult decisions that, none of us like to hurt people, but when we're in those leadership roles, sometimes we have to come down between two. And it's never easy. It's never polite or pleasant, or should be polite, but it's never pleasant. But I want you to know it is temporary, and you have not signed anything away with your soul. It is just as temporary as the ink on the paper, and that is definitely temporary. The basic foundation of who you are is what you need to focus on. The foundation of what you know to be true. That's what you focus on, and know that your judgment stands true. Trust your instincts. Next.
You got Tony who said that guys missed this. There must be a reason they're here. Hashtag
Here we go. Oh, the page wands. Ha 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 ha.
Hello, Kimmy King.
Page of Wands card. I don't know where you are, if you're here or there, but I'm showing you both places. Here they are. Okay, the Page of Wands. Bear with me while I reconnect with this one. And who am I reading this one for?
Tony.
Right. Oh. Okay. I can see that there has been a little bit of like just conflict in your, I don't even know if it's conflict, like it's not really like a battle, but it's just been an off balance somewhere between like your sacred masculine and your sacred feminine. And I'm not saying that, people are confusing, which gender you are. It's not anything like that. But it's more like some of the things that you're doing are like,
Congruent.
it's like I think sometimes you pick up the slack so much that it throws things into an imbalance, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying that that's what I'm seeing. Also, there's something to do with keep putting on your hats and keep drawing attention to playfulness and being silly, because even though that might feel out of congruence to some people, it feels so completely in congruence with you, with your purpose and your passion, that it is part of your teaching. It's your part of your teaching method, is that playfulness, that silliness. Look toward the fairy tales more frequently than you already do. I'm told to tell you, look deeper into Little Red Riding Hood.
Live the fae that you are.
Okay, next.
Angela Tunley.
Oh, I got your hat on. Let's see here. This one is for you. Okay. Ooh, it's the Chariot card in the reverse. So I know things feel a little bit out of control, out of your control. Um, you know, ever since other people made decisions, it's like life has been going full throttle, full steam ahead, or speed ahead, or however they say it. And really, you don't have a lot of control over when you can stop the wagon. It's just kind of going. The horses have the lead. And I want you to know that I can recognize that there is a real battle going on. I know that you were already doing some shadow work, some deep shadow work for yourself. And then some decisions were made. And now it's like you're not only doing your shadow work, but you're doing like double time shadow work. And even though there's some anger and some repressed feelings about the whole situation, I know that there's also grief. And it's hard to process all of that at once. Take it easy on yourself. Let that chariot just kind of still keep moving forward. Trust your balance to know that those horses are going to maneuver through those narrow streets and cobblestones just fine. Trust. It's all temporary. They'll get through. All right, next.
Kimmy King.
All righty.
And then two more after that. Maybe
All right.
three.
All right. So, Kimmy, for you, I pulled the Sun card. And, that is one of the brightest cards of the tarot, if not the brightest, of course, meaning, an optimistic outcome in whatever you're kind of looking at. This particular card is in the reverse position. So it means that this outcome, whatever it is that you have in mind as this like ultimate outcome, it's still going to happen for you. It just might not happen the way you're planning it. It's not going to quite um, line up the way you planned. But I'm reminded to tell you, and I don't know why, but I'm just reminded to tell you, when you were a young little girl and your friends used to play like hide and seek, and then you'd be hiding, and before you knew it, they changed the game altogether and they were all playing tag and you were still playing hide and seek. I know that sometimes can feel that you're still in that loop, but you don't need to be anymore. I think it's time to step away from that one and step into that sunlight for yourself and claim what's yours. And I know you're already doing it. Don't ask me why Spirit told me to tell you all that. Do with it what you will.
If you're getting something out of these cards that Gussy's pulling, whether it's for you specifically or it's just a card that resonates with you, hashtag community in the comments. Hashtag community. Let Gussy know if you're getting something out of this reading. Holly Aldridge is your next card.
I thought I already pulled one for Holly.
Oh, I think you did. You did. I apologize. And then we also have Kat says Grace. Kylie Bradford says withstanding.
Kylie. Okay, Kylie, 10 of Cups. I love this card. It shows a little family on a picnic. And I know that you have been taking I don't know how much time, but I know that you have been taking some time to spend it out of doors with your family. And I think that is extremely important. I know that it's going to be a long, cold winter. I am told both through the Farmer's Almanac and also when I do my own meditation that we do need to hunker down for the winter and be prepared as much as possible. But I also know that you've got a lot of really good memories to get you through these bleak months. When you start to feel like it's never going to stop snowing. And I know you live in the cold north up there. Just remember all of those positive memories from this summer, from this spring. It not only fulfilled parts of like your son's life, like enriching it, and it's been an opportunity for him to learn and grow and understand more, but it also like fed something in that little girl part of yourself that was missing pieces. It's just been really good for your family, and I'm glad to see it continue on in that way. It looks like there's another person or another kid of some sort that's going to join the happiness. Let me know who that might be. Who's next? Jane, the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So this is a funny. I have pulled this card myself and received a similar lesson. It is time for you to. You've spent a lot of time as a mentor to people that are not quite understanding what you're talking about when you talk about magic, when you talk about, ascension and growth and integrity and intention and whatnot. It's like, I know that you're a good teacher. I know that what you're trying to convey to them is integral and has meaning, but it's like they just can't understand. And it's really hard for us, those of us that are empathic, that do get it, that do understand. It's hard for us to see how can people not feel that feeling, and how can they be so kind of detached from their own spiritual sovereignty that they don't know that they have their own answers inside. Jane, I think you're at a point where you need to, I don't want to say sever ties with those people because I don't think that's appropriate. But I do think it's okay to allow yourself to step away and not feel like you have to save them anymore.
Last one, Deb Kirkland, and your battery's on its last legs.
All right, Deb, this is it. You're my last one for the day. Thank you all for joining us, by the way, while I read this one. It's been wonderful to get back to 420 Tarot. Grymm and I both enjoy spending time with y'all so much. And let me read this card for Deb, Two of Swords. This is about balance, but it's about, goodness, this card, this theme kind of came up twice before. It's about not being willing to see things for what they are. It's not that you, and a couple of other people, we pulled cards and that theme kind of came up similarly, but this one is like, you already know the truth, but you are not letting yourself completely buy it, because I think if you did, it would have to change some things, and you're just really comfortable with things how they are right now. As long as you're okay with continuing to move forward with that agreement, it's fine. At some point, it's going to be too much for yourself because you just don't want to live without everything just being truthful and out there. You don't want to live anything pretending anymore. And I think that you're going to come to a spot of requesting a boundary with this individual or whoever this is, this people or whoever it might be. I think I know who I'm talking about, but I don't know. But if you need to talk further, you always know how to reach me, of course. And with that, you say my phone's about to kick it, huh?
Yep, and we've been at it now for 58 minutes and 23 seconds.
Well, it's been great to have everyone. We're going to go back and read the comments, hopefully.
I stayed caught up with them.
Oh, good. I'm going to shuffle while we say our goodbyes.
Adieu.
I bid you adieu, adieu. We hope to see you on Wednesday for 420 Tarot. And it will be our first day, our edition, our Samhain edition of the PD E-Zine goes out that day. So, woohoo! All the good juju. We hope that you stay magical.